Hey, thanks for the time.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm just really struggling with this case and I'm trying to find research, but I'm just having no
Did you
luck. But
start with
maybe,
Google
yeah,
Scholar?
cool. Actually, yeah, I'm at my computer right now. All right, let me throw you on speakerphone.
There's also the BACB portal. ABI has some resources
All
now if you're a
right,
member.
best place to get articles. Let's see
The
here.
problem is you have to sift through and wade through so much and all the costs of
I'm
everything. I
scrolling.
know it's.
See, this is the problem.
What about that book I told you about?
Oh, that book. That's right. So I did. Man, all of these books and journal articles, and I still can't find what I'm looking
Dude,
for all
welcome
the
to the
time.
club. I've
It
spent so
just
much
drives
on
me
books.
nuts. Hey, let me go.
Alright, later.
Look, thanks to the hard work of a specific behavior analyst, there is actually finally a solution for issues like this, where you can go and find behavior analysis research. Let me show you.
In grad school, I went to UNT, and UNT has a very intimate, familial culture, right?
Yeah.
Like, we are academic brothers and sisters. And when I graduated, post certification, I went to work with an academic brother who was my mentor, and we just kind of, we understood each other. Having the university close was really nice, so that I stayed up to date on the research just because it was there, and I was there with, I was working with a UNT grad, and so I never really thought about staying in touch with the research because it was just kind of pushed on me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Colorado, and not only was that state at the time not very behavioral friendly, there weren't any universities there that had behavior analysts. And so that whole experience of having this network of people that knew what was going on in the research just totally dried up. And I still wanted it as a professional. What is the latest research on teaching receptive language? What's the latest research on stereotypy? And I was banging my head against the wall trying to find it. I went to a local university, and they said, if you don't work on staff, you're not a student, we can't give you these resources. I went to my local library, and none of our journals, of course, are part of their network.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, we could do it for interlibrary loan. It'll be here in about 6 days. It was but I got an in-service at the end of the week. I can't wait 6 days, right?
Yeah.
So that seed just kind of planted there. My husband's job moved us back here to Texas, in this North Texas kind of environment, and it made me a stay-at-home mom, but also gave me the opportunity to start thinking about what else I might want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where that seed started to grow. And I was like, you know what? I'm back in this environment. This is still a need, and practitioners like me in Colorado need a better way to stay in touch, especially as we're starting to grow and there's more and more BCBAs in environments that don't have that network, or people just pushing good research onto them. There's got to be a better way.
Cool.
So,
can you describe what you built then?
So it started very, very simply, I guess. I looked at some research, and I looked at some of the presentations that I had been going to, workshops and stuff, and just built a list. At the time, I think it was about 70 journals that I thought our research was showing up in. There was definitely this core of our flagship journals, if you will, JABA, JAB, Behavior Analysis and Practice and stuff. And then where else are we popping up? Because at that time, there was a lot of push about publish outside the box and get our technology to other professionals and stuff. So that led me to speech language and hearing journals, autism journals, geriatrics, that kind of stuff. So I just kind of built this list of where do I think our research is going to show up? And every month at the same time, I just started looking through all of their table of contents, and I had to come up with a definition, which was difficult for me.
Yeah.
But what does and does not make the cut. And there are some times where I come across an article and I'm like, oh, this needs to be in there, but it didn't meet my definition. It was like, okay, then I'll just have to build another resource where that fringe stuff can show up too. But as far as like this purpose doesn't meet my definition, okay, if it does, throw it in there. And then I just started building a list of, okay, this month, this is what was published. And second to that, then I did the hard work, I think, of trying to find those articles for free online somewhere. Sometimes it's somebody's dissertation, and so it'll be in that like university's repository. Sometimes it's on ResearchGate, sometimes it's available through the NIH, and just kind of flagging like, where are those articles? So I just started building that list, and I've been doing that for about 5 years now. It was just a list at the time, like an update. Hey, let me update you. And then it was like, wait a minute, how am I going to keep this list current? And so we built a website, which is just like a simple blog structure. And we posted each article as a separate blog, but they can be organized, by topic or by author or whatever. And so then you can go to that database and just see what I like about it is that you can see just what's contemporary, what's the latest research in the last 5 years. We have about 3,000 articles published in the last 5 years that meet that behavioral criteria. And a large portion of them are available for free online. So, you can find it without banging your head against the wall reading all the other, like sometimes it was like trying to find a needle in a haystack, right?
I bet, yeah.
But I like to like, just as a nerd, I'd like to just look through the posts and just, the scope is amazing, right? We have a very broad scope. We're talking about like martial arts, we're talking about geriatrics, we're talking about business owners, all in the same blog post, all with this incredible technology that we have.
Yeah, that's super cool. So do you still spend the time like finding these every single month?
Yeah, I currently do. Yep. But what we've discovered is that now I have this really cool data set. And with a little bit of artificial intelligence, we can teach a program.
Yeah, they're now teaching AI how to research and find these things based on those parameters. It's just like super cool. My understanding from talking with Joe is like y'all had the resources and we're trying to work on actually developing this, right?
Yes. So it is coming. It is in the making. And I think it'll be really, really fun just to look at what's out there and what's been published. We forget about it because it's on somebody's bookshelf somewhere collecting dust bunnies. Yeah. And it's cool stuff.
Yeah, no, that's why I have like an ever-growing extensive collection of old esoteric behavior analysis books.
That's awesome.
Someone tells me out something that was somewhere and I'm like, that would have solved my problem 10 years ago if I'd just known about that. So anything that's trying to put these things in a central place, like that's super cool.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how many of them are actually freely available. Because we talk about paywalls. There's obviously a lot of them out there, but I don't remember what it is, but oftentimes I feel like it's like 50, 60, 70% of them are like available that you send out, right?
The NIH is helping out quite a bit with that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I think we're starting to talk about it a little bit more. And so I think some of the faculty are getting better about like putting it on their website or putting it on a ResearchGate or whatnot. Yeah.
All right, big shout out to Nicole. In no way was this like a sponsored post. I just reach out to people occasionally because it's such an awesome, useful tool. Check it out. The link is right here. There's the free articles and blogs she talked about, or a service that you can sign up for to kind of get them delivered straight to your inbox. Have a nice, clean, organized list. Thank you so much for your time, and that's your Daily BA.